All right, guys, back again for another workout. I'm gonna start with the pull-ups today. Just want to see if I can feel my lats a little bit more when I'm doing them. So I figured I'd do a quick tutorial on kind of how to do things right. Um, you know, you do want to go down. We don't want to just do these little partial reps like right in here. You can make an argument that maybe going all the way down is not the best thing. It depends on if you can still feel your lats. I think if you're losing that connection with them, again, not going here, but going there. Because again, the shoulder blades kind of come up. I've got the stretch and then going, I think that's okay. So, if you lose that connection going all the way, then don't go all the way. Go a little bit short, but yeah, let's not go this short. The other thing you'll see a lot is like the shoulders are coming up when people are doing it. And if we're doing that, we're not getting a lot of the lats. Like there's hardly any contraction there because we want to pull that shoulder blade down. That's when we get the contraction for the lats. So we want to, from the side, we don't want to be kind of like this trying to do it. We want to be here and doing it. And again, kind of the elbows don't have to go behind. We just want them to come down. Start going behind, we're getting a little bit more mid-back. We just want to kind of come down, bring that shoulder blade down, make the lats pop out. So let's do the first set, see how things go. Well, the Versa grips can be a little tough when you got this fat bar. All right, that felt pretty good. Let me rest a little bit and then we'll talk a little bit more and film the next one. All right, so I'm gonna go a little lighter on the second set. But again, if I'm here, you can see there's not much going on with the lats. You can see a little outline there, but if I pull down, now you can see them starting to flare out, see the muscle there. So we don't want to be up here pulling. We want to have, kind of chest up and have shoulder blades coming down and in. So I like going about that range instead of here. I just feel more connection. I feel like the tension stays on my back like I want it to. So that's it for this, this exercise. I'll move on to the next one. Move on to the next exercise, but I'll give you some more tips too. All right, guys, just finished the workout. But again, with the lats, so part of this is we often have a lagging body part. Lats is a common one, or back is a common one. And it's just easy for people to go through the motions. Like you could do a pull-up staying here, but you're never gonna get your lats to grow. So people often ask, how do I bring up a lagging body part? Common advice is we'll do more sets for that body part. Well, if I'm doing things this way, whether I add weight or add sets, I'm still never gonna target the lats. So, my arms might get bigger, but there's gonna be very little going on in the muscle I'm trying to work. So, first thing I would recommend doing is back off a little bit. Make sure you actually feel that muscle working. If you don't, do whatever you have to do to feel that muscle working. So, maybe pull-ups just aren't a good exercise. Maybe a single arm pull down of some sort helps you to engage and feel your lats working better and get that shoulder blade moving. Then that's what you need to do. And I'm a huge fan of progressive overload, but if we're just trying to increase weight or increase reps at all costs, then if I start doing the last couple reps this way, I didn't progress. So I didn't really overload what I was trying to do. I'd be much better off going lighter, even doing less weight, but making sure the reps get the tension on that muscle. Tension is the primary driver for muscle growth. And so load is definitely one way to have tension on the muscle, but it's not the only way to have tension on the muscle. You know, making that muscle work and you work pretty hard, that puts tension on it. You know, if we're using a high enough load, so high enough percentage of our 1 rep max, we're going to engage all the muscle fibers. So if you're doing a heavier load, you can't do as many reps, obviously. But the good thing is you can be a rep or 2, maybe even 3 short of failure, but all the reps in that set are going to contribute to muscle growth because all the muscle fibers are contracting with every rep. Whereas if you're doing a lighter load, so for that heavier, let's say it was a 6 rep max and you did like 4 or 5 reps, every single rep, pretty much all your muscle fibers are firing. Definitely after the first rep, they're all firing. Now, if you're doing something that like a 20 rep max, you've got to do several reps before all the muscle fibers have fired. So in that case, we want to definitely get a little closer to failure. So maybe just 1 rep in reserve. That way we know we put tension on the muscle. We gave it that signal to grow. So now volume's the other side of that. There's a certain amount of volume sets you need to do of that tension. You probably noticed from my workouts, I tend to be on the lower side of things. So like I just got through, did 2 sets of pull-ups, 1 set of the incline pullover with a cable, the lat prayer, Yates row, a dumbbell row. So 2 sets of the Yates row, 1 set of the dumbbell row, 2 sets of incline curls, and 1 set of concentration curls. So that's it for back and biceps. I've decided to split this workout in 2, so I'll be back this afternoon and I'll do shoulders and triceps and forearms. I'm doing that just because I feel like splitting it up is going to help me to work harder for all those muscle groups rather than doing them all at one time. So that'll be more tension on the muscles because I can work harder. So that's again, just the key. If you have a lagging body part, first, make sure you can feel it. Maybe you need to choose different exercises. Maybe you need to lighten the load. Sometimes doing higher reps at first because you get that burn, that pump. Maybe that helps you to connect with that muscle better. And then later on, you can start building the weight up and doing fewer reps. But again, when we're talking about progressive overload, it means using the correct form, using the correct muscles, and then over time going on that. So like today with the concentration curls, I did 30 pounds, I only got 8 reps. I got 8 reps last week. That doesn't mean I didn't put tension on the muscle. You know, I actually did a little bit more on the incline curl. I got another rep today than I did last week. So maybe that's why there was more fatigue, but yet I still got 8 reps. So, you know, don't always look at it like I have to beat the logbook no matter what. I could have cheated and done some kind of crazy thing, gotten more reps. On the Yates row, the last rep I did, I came up too much. So, you know, it would have been 1 more rep there than last week, but I'm not counting that rep. It wasn't correct form. I took the tension off some of those muscles. So be more strict about things like that. I think that'll help you to connect with things better. Again, get that shoulder blade down. I think that'll help you connect with your lat. And I think that'll ultimately lead to the growth that you're looking for. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'll keep including some of these types of things, like how to do exercises, things like that, kind of mixed in with the normal workout. I do like filming the workouts, you know, kind of week to week. Maybe not every single session, but I think it'll give you a good idea of how things progress over time. It's not always a straight linear thing. You might kind of come up, stay, come up, and might even dip a little bit, come up. You know, sometimes life gets in the way, stress happens, and things go down a little bit. Once that subsides, you go back up. So that way you can kind of see those things in action. But again, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.